Cause honestly, we need to talk about social issues, just uplifting my people. Yeah, let's talk about it. Come join the conversation. A connection's what we're creating. Yeah.
What's happening, y'all? How y'all doing? This is Let's Talk About a podcast. I'm gonna jump right in. So we're coming into the new year, and we all know with the new year, people gonna start with the resolutions or whatever, which I'm a fan of. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I feel like you should be wanting to get yourself better at every step of the way, but you don't have to wait until the end of the calendar year. You know, I myself, I try to strive to be a better person every day. But what I do is the first of every month, I list my new goals, you know what I'm saying, as concerning myself on, you know, things I want to improve of, or, you know, I take a moment out to evaluate myself. And I do this all the time. The first of the month, I do this. And, you know, that leads up into just my everyday practice. But for the people out there who find themselves every December 31st or every October, they begin to say next year, you know what I'm saying, this is my year. Or, you know, you go to social media and you like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Don't talk to me next year because it's my year and all this, that, and the other, and whatever the case may be, right? But you find yourself 3-4 months later in the same position. A lot of people, you know, they want to have, the biggest thing is, you know, like I'm in the gym every day, and I know that the worst time to be in the gym is after New Year's, because it is crazy till about February, March, you know what I'm saying? Then it starts to die off. But a lot of those people are there with good intentions, right? Like they want to lose the weight. They want to get in shape. Whatever their goals are, they have great intentions starting out. And what happens is they generally fall off the wagon when they don't understand the why of it. Yeah, they say that they want this, that, and the other, but their mind isn't totally engrossed in the process of, I can go to the gym 15 days and I might not see the improvement because my what I want to happen is unrealistic. I go to the gym 15 days and I expect a 6-pack, but I'm still eating the same. So they aren't prepared to really accomplish that goal. And I'm titling this, Here's Why, right? Like, here's why we find ourselves in some of these situations. And the first thing that I wanted to talk about is relationships, right? So many times in relationships, you keep wondering why you keep ending up with the same type of person or the same type of situations. You know, you get into a relationship and 4 months in, you're feeling disrespected, or you're in a relationship and every time you're in a relationship, you're saying, oh, these guys ain't nothing. All these girls ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because you keep constantly getting cheated on. Right. And that's just one example, right? Like, you keep constantly getting cheated on. So you blame, oh, this, that, and the other, right? But I wrote some stuff down, right? Because I really wanted to focus in on this because I see it all the time, right? And I talk to a lot of people and they tell me the same thing, right? And sometimes I sit back and I'm like, yo, like, you don't see the problem? See, a lot of times people, when you don't love yourself, and because you don't love yourself, you're stuck in like this endless cycle of choosing people who won't love you either. Now, I'm going to say that one more time, right? Like, because you don't love yourself or you don't know what love looks like for yourself, you're stuck chasing people who won't love you either. See, sometimes, you know what I'm saying, when you're dealing with relationships, you tend to seek out people who look at you the same way you look at yourself. So let's say you look at yourself as like, you don't find yourself attractive, or you think you're overweight, or whatever the case may be, right? It's like laws of attraction, right? You find yourself attracted to these people who view you the same way. Like, they view you the same way and you find yourself attracted to that. And it goes back to, like I said, you don't know what love looks like for yourself. So when you don't know what that looks like, that person who you choose to be with will show you what their perception of what love looks like for you. So it's an endless cycle, right? Like it's an endless cycle. You fall for the person who looks at you the same way. You think you're ugly, you know, whatever the case may be, then this person is with you. They're going to constantly feed into you, right? It might be something specifically that they like about you, but they're going to call you the names. They're going to call you fat. They're going to call you, you know what I'm saying, whatever, because it's laws of attraction. That's how you're feeling about yourself. And when this happens, it's like, it happens because it makes you feel comfortable. If you're used to people calling you out of your name, calling you the B word, calling you this, that, and the other, you grew up in that environment, your parents called you that, your aunties, uncle, whatever the case may be, you get with someone, but you get with them out of comfort. He get mad, so he call you all sorts of names, but that's like a sense of comforting. You don't like it in one aspect, but that's all you know. So you're comfortable with it. That's why we always have these situations to where a man beats a woman all the time. And that's why I say I don't even get involved in that type of stuff, right? Like if you come to me and you tell me like, hey, this person is beating up on, you know what I'm saying, this, that, and that. The first thing that I say is like, okay, so what do you want to do about it? Because I'm not going to get, you know what I'm saying, involved. And then next week you right back with them. Or you're telling me all of this type of stuff, right? And then it's like, oh, okay, blah, 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 blah. And then you're like, oh, well, we're back together now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're comfortable in the chaos. You know what I'm saying? And so when you don't love yourself, you find yourself pushing away people that really love you because you don't love yourself. So the people that are trying to show you love, you push them away. You know, it's kind of like in high school, right? Like you know, 10th, 11th, 12th grade, whatever. And, you know, you see that one girl or you see that one guy that you have a crush on, right? And you're like, oh, I really got a crush on them, this, that, and other, right? But they're in a relationship with somebody and that person is just horrible for them. And you find yourself like complimenting them all the time or you guys might even have long talks, right? Like long talks together. And you feel like you're connecting, but it's something in that person that won't allow it to go to the next level. And it's because something is going on with them mentally that they're not loving themselves. So they can't accept love from you because it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable because many people out there feel that they're not worthy of love. So when people are giving them love, they shy away from it. They shy away from it because they're not comfortable with it. So until you tackle the issue of loving yourself, 365 days is not going to change that. That's why I always say some people just need to take a time out from relationship. Love yourself. But a lot of people can't do that because a lot of people aren't comfortable with themselves. A lot of times, right, like you talk to people and they say, I can't sit in the room and it's quiet. Like I got to have something going on, right? You know, I need some type of confusion or noise. A lot of times because it drowns out the inner voice. It drowns it out because you know who you are after this social media thing is if you're done, you know, making statuses or whatever, you know who you are. And you can't fool yourself. You can fool other people and sometimes you can tell a lie for so long it becomes your truth. But even in those moments, you don't want to hear that inner voice. So if you want change in that type of environment, as far as relationships, right? You shouldn't even be seeking a relationship if you don't love yourself first. If you don't love yourself first, it'll never work. Somebody's going to show you what they think that love means to them. If you walk into a relationship and you say, you know, I don't think highly of myself. You really think this person is going to big you up? Now, there's some people in the world that might, but let's be honest. If just like I said earlier, if you're attracted to people because of how they view how you already seen about yourself, You really think this person is going to big you up? No, they're going to keep you down at that lower level. And I tell people all the time, man, this stuff is simple. Like, it is really simple. I know plenty of attractive people out there that are with someone who has made them to believe that they're ugly because they have to keep them at a lower level, because that moment that this person, understands their potential, or that the moment that this person like looks in the mirror and say, I love myself, then the person that they with, they no longer have a place in their life. So they keep them down to this level. You know what I'm saying? That leads me to my next topic, which is entitlement. Now, you take everything that I explained right there. There's a segment of people who fall into that category of, not loving themselves or not this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. But they still have the nerve to have this sense of entitlement. But it's a backwards sense of entitlement. There's people out there that feel that it is your job to take care of them. Like, you got your own career, this, that, and the other, but then your part-time gig is taking care of them. And that's not the case. And as a parent, I see how this can happen, right? Because you want the best for your kids, right? Like, you really want the best for your kids. So you might spend a good portion of their lives giving them everything that they want. They never hear the word no. You know what I'm saying? This, that, and other. Then as they grow up, the thought process is, they get grown. They don't expect anything anymore. You know what I'm saying? And they pay it forward. Now they're, helping out their parents, right? But it doesn't happen like that a lot of times, because you have built this foundation of, I ask, you give. I ask, it doesn't matter what it is. I ask and you give. And a lot of times, the people that are asking find themselves in a situation merely because of the things that they've done. So you see, I'm not perfect. And I hate when people say I'm not perfect, because why would someone think that you're perfect? You know what I'm saying? But the thing is I learn from my mistakes. I know I'm not the smartest. And if I'm the smartest in the room, I'm in the wrong room. But I understand that I'm going to make mistakes, but I learn from them. Who the heck would I be that I find myself in a situation because of things that I have done, but I feel like it's your job to get me out of it? Maybe 1 or 2 times, yeah, cool. But when it becomes a habit, then you're doing life backwards, because a lot of times people play on the people that love them because they know that they'll do anything for them. But the one time that they can't do anything for them, that's when you're going to get the truth about your relationship. That's when you're going to get the truth. You're going to get the truth when you tell a person no. Then it doesn't matter that you've told them yes 99 times, but that 100th time you say no, everything's going to come out. Right? Then you have don't nobody care about me, this, that, and the other, right? And part of the problem is that there are people that know certain situations. But when you give a person the platform to make it feel like you understand or you're in agreement with them, that's why they keep going on. Because nobody really wants to know. Everybody says that they don't want to be the bad guy, right? But sometimes it takes the bad guy. If you look at a movie, right? Let's just say we watch a movie and it's an action-packed, but there's no bad guy. There's lessons to be learned, and sometimes the lesson comes from the bad guy. There's there has to be a climax in a movie. It has to be an you have to have a bad guy. That's just life. But so many people don't want to be it. So many people don't want to say no. So many people, behind closed doors might be saying no, but they don't want to say no. And then we come to this word, entitlement. It is not your job to make sure other people are okay. Now, it's a blessing to be a blessing, but you have to understand and you have to realize that, okay, it's a blessing to be a blessing, but now you're just making me a fool. I say this all the time. There's not one verse in the Bible that says ye be a fool. And see, growing up in the church, a lot of times people get this stuff misconstrued. And growing up in the church, a lot of times people use church as a weapon against you. Because when you grow up and you know right from wrong, morally and this, that, and the other, right, but you're dealing with immoral people, they will hold that against you. I remember growing up, I would do something or whatever. I would get in trouble in school. And then my grandfather would talk to me, right? And then I'd be like, well, listen, you know what I'm saying? This person said this to me first, or this person bumped me first. That's why, you know what I'm saying, I did what I did. But then he would tell me, but you know right from wrong. And that is absolutely true. That is absolutely true, right? But then it comes a point in time to where it's like, all right, well, I know right from wrong, but I'm dealing with a wrong world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm dealing with a wrong world. So I have to insulate myself and I got to take care of myself. Listen, somebody getting punched in their mouth can change their life. And this is just absolute fact. You taking the time and punching somebody in their mouth might save them from being in the street and get killed. A butt whooping will save a life. You know what I'm saying? It will save a life because that person is dealing with the entitlement phase, and then you bring that fit, boom. Better watch your mouth who you talking to. That might change their life. But nobody wants to do that, and a lot of people hide behind that. A lot of people hide behind that like, oh, well, ain't nothing going to happen to me because X, Y, and Z and this, that, and the other, right? And then you could be the person that's that barrier and you love this person. You don't want to see nothing happen to them. So you insulate them. But what happens when that's no longer there? What happens? Like, if you don't have that person to run, what happens? You have to learn for yourself. I tell my kids all the time, my kids know that I'll run through, you know what I'm saying, a wall for them, right? But I'm not about to run through a wall and you ain't right there with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not about to go. I'm here to provide. I'm here to be there for you. But if you're not putting in the work as well, I'm not putting in the work as well, because I want my kids to go into society understanding that they dad got their back at all turns, but he got their back if they're putting forth the effort. You can't come tell me, oh, X, Y, and Z is happening, right? And then I see you just sitting around. Let's just say grades. Let's just say you say, oh, I'm having a problem in this class, right? And it's like, I got a D. Now, none of my kids got no D's, but like, I got a D in this class, right? And I'm looking like, why you got a D in this class? And then the teacher don't like me, right? So then it's like, okay, me as a parent, I got to see if my child is okay. Like, I got to see what the problem is, right? But the moment that I come and I see you not studying, or the moment that I look at the work that you're handing in and it's all over the place, it's not neat, it's just you're not putting forth any effort. Now we have a problem, because now you're using my love as a shield. You think I'm just going to take care of everything because you said no. If I look at your work and I know that you're putting forth all efforts, you have went to the teacher, you have asked for extra, you did everything that you can do. Okay, now hand it off to me and I'm going to do the rest. But if you ain't doing your job, why am I about to go out here and do it for you? No, that's that sense of entitlement. And that leads me into my final topic. Why do you feel drained? Listen, I'm going to tell you this, right? And this is something that I had to find out and I had to learn for myself. I had to learn that everybody is not my assignment. I'm going to say it again. I had to learn that everybody's not my assignment. That's why I was being so drained, because I was trying to help everyone. Somebody came to me with a problem, I would stop what I'm doing to try to help that person. But I learned the hard way. Like I learned after trial and error that everybody is not my assignment. God wants some people to mess up, because guess what? When you mess up, who you lean on, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times, right? People that don't believe in God, but they find themselves in a hospital bed and you're looking up. You ain't got no other choice but look up, and you saying, oh God, please get me out this situation, right? But what I was doing, I was stopping that from happening. because somebody would call me and they would say, hey, X, Y, and Z is stopping. I would literally stop what I'm doing to ensure that this person was all right. But I was I was losing sleep trying to figure out problems. And the people that had the problems are living just fine because I had provided a sense of he's going to handle it. Let me go on with life. I'm losing sleep, worried about this, that, and other, but I'm going to go on with life because guess what? He got it. Listen, man, I read somewhere that most people in therapy are in therapy to deal with people who won't go to therapy. I'm going to say it one more time, right? Most people are in therapy to deal with people who won't go to therapy. A lot of the problems that many people have in life is because you're taking on too much. You're trying to solve problems for people who are addicted to the problem. And what I mean addicted to the problem, they're addicted to the problem because of what that problem provides. That problem provides attention. That problem is like, hey, see me, I'm going through so much. Oh my gosh, right? But what they're going through is self-inflicted. But you have good people out there that person says that they're having a problem. They want to help this person. They want to help this person. Meanwhile, your health is not good. Your health is not good because you're helping this person. I have spent so many countless nights that I was losing. I mean, it was bad for me because I'm doing everything out of love. I'm really trying to help. And the same people that you'll try to help is the same people that's talking junk about you. But then the same people that's talking junk about you, they leave out the part that you helping them. So anyways, man, I've been doing it. I didn't even expect to go this long, right? But this one really touched my soul today because, like I said, there's going to be so many posts of stepping into the new year. There's going to be so many posts of new year, new me. And I'm not one to down people on whatever mantras that they need to give themselves motivation. But what I'm saying is nothing changes until you change. And nothing changes until you identify that you are the problem. You are the problem. So once you identify that, then it's like, okay, so what do I need to do to correct it? So anyways, this has been Let's Talk About It. I'll see y'all next time.